Hello and welcome back to my video channel. In this video, let us focus on one more pathogen and one more plant disease. The pathogen that we are talking about in this video is Phytophthora infestans, which causes a deadly plant disease called late blight of potato. Potato is the leading vegetable crop in the world. In fact, it is the fourth largest crop that is produced globally. During 1845 to 1849, the European nation Ireland saw a great famine. It is remembered as one of the greatest famines and starvations globally. This famine was caused by a plant disease called late blight of potato, which actually killed more than 1 million people in Ireland, and about 2 million people migrated to different parts of the world during this period. In fact, during this period, the population of the world was just 1 billion as compared to 8 billion today's world population. The classification of Phytophthora infestans is as follows. It comes under the kingdom fungi, division Oomycota, order Peronosporales, family Peronospораceae, genus Phytophthora, and the type species Phytophthora infestans. It causes a serious plant disease called late blight. The fungus is worldwide in distribution. Winter is the main potato growing season, in which India is also growing potatoes. It is followed by hot summer months in the plains. The disease has established itself in India in many states like Punjab, UP, Bihar, Bengal, etc. This disease is also seen in another vegetable crop, that is tomato. The symptoms appear on the top of the plants generally after blossoming of the flowering period, but mostly in the month of January. It may appear any time in the period of the growth of the plant. The disease appears as small, dead, brownish, purple, black lesions or spots. These appear at the tips and margins of the leaflets, rachis, petiole, and stem. The disease spread from infected plant to healthy plant by means of oospores or sporangia. During unfavorable conditions, the lesions rapidly increase in size, involving the whole surface of the leaf. The disease generally first attacks the leaves, petioles near the ground, and the lesions appear on the lower surface of leaflets. The individual plants then spread upwards. Finally, a rapid general blight of foliage occurs. You can see the infected plant completely destroyed, deteriorated. The blighted leaves curl and shrivel in dry weather, and in moist conditions they decay and emit a characteristic bad smell. When you observe these lesions on the lower surface, you can see the presence of fungal mycelium in the form of whitish powdery bloom. It contains actually sporangiophores or sporangia of pathogen which are actually coming through the stomata of the leaves. Sporangia serve to spread the disease during the growing season. The potato tubers are often infected in the field after the top have been blighted. They get separate infections, while in the hill there is brownish discoloration of the skin of those parts of the tubers which lie near the surface of the soil. You can see here the infected potatoes. These dry spots remain firm and extend to about half an inch below the surface. During storage of these potatoes, the potatoes will be affected by secondary infection. Under the moist condition, the hyaline mycelial hyphae and sporangiophores push through the lenticels and appear on the surface of the infected tubers. The mycelium is cenocytic, aseptate, hyaline, and profusely branched. The septa are formed only during reproduction. The cell wall consists of glucon. Chitin is also very characteristically absent. Cytoplasm contains all the cytoplasmic organelles. The mycelium is intracellular and directly kills the invaded cells. You are seeing the symptoms here. On the left hand side, you are seeing the leaf with infected spots. There are asexual spores called chlamydospores are also produced. They also cause infection. They germinate on the surface, enter through the stomata and spread in the mesophyll. They produce haustoria with the help of which they draw the nutrition. They also produce sporangiophores, and the sporangiophores produce characteristic lemon-shaped sporangia. The sporangia will have a pointed tip which looks like a lemon. The sporangium can directly germinate, so that's called direct germination, or the sporangia may develop zoospores, flagellated zoospores, and these flagellated zoospores can also germinate and cause infection. So infection is both direct as well as indirect. The sporangium is germinating directly and causing infection, and sporangium also can produce flagellated zoospores. The zoospores are kidney shaped, will have one whiplash flagellum, the other tinsel shaped flagellum. They also can cause infections. Sexual reproduction is also observed here. Asexual reproduction is by zoospores produced from sporangia. Sporangia can directly cause infections, and sexual reproduction by oogonia and antheridia, fusion of which will produce oospore. Oospore will germinate to produce a sporangium. This is the characteristic sporangia, which is the main structure by which the major damage is caused by this pathogen. The sporangium is lemon shaped with pointed tip. When plants become infected, lesions appear on the leaf and all parts of the plant body. Spore producing structures emerge from the lesions. You can see the infected leaf here. Leaf spots are appearing there. These are the spots in which the sporangia are produced. The potato tubers develop up to 15 millimeter deep structures, and secondary infections are also caused by Erwinia and bacteria during the storage and transit process of potatoes. Phytophthora survives in the stored tubers, dump piles, field plants, greenhouses, and the sporangia which are there in the stored structures like tubers, the plants and things like that, and they will germinate once they come in contact with healthy plants. Sexual reproduction occurs during the favorable conditions. Actually, these zoospores form cysts. They can withstand unfavorable conditions. Later, whenever the conditions are favorable, they can germinate and produce a germ tube and spread the infection. Even the infected tubers can harbor the fungal parasite, and once the conditions are favorable, once they get in touch with the uninfected healthy plants or tubers, the disease is transferred to them. Again, further information about how they germinate, this I have already repeated in the previous slide. This is about the sporangium, which are thin-walled, ovoid, lemon-shaped, each with an apiculate tip, are borne singly at the tip of the sporangiophore on their branches. As the sporangium reaches maturity, the supporting hyphal branch immediately below it swells slightly and continues to grow, turning the attached sporangium to the side. So, the sporangia are produced in a sequential manner. If one sporangium is released, a next sporangium is ready to be developed on the same sporangiophore. Elongation of the branch proceeds and new sporangium is produced repeatedly. That is how the disease can spread. These sporangia, as I mentioned earlier, can either germinate directly or indirectly. This is the life cycle of Phytophthora infestans. You have asexual cycle on the right hand side, sexual cycle on the left hand side, both of which have been already explained to you. This is only to remind you about the life cycle. The disease can be managed by the application of a number of fungicides, chemical fungicides, and you nowadays have got the disease resistant varieties of both tomatoes and potatoes. They are available now in the market. So, by crop rotation, by sanitation, by use of fungicides, by using the resistant varieties, this disease can be managed. However, it's a very dangerous and disastrous disease, and unless it is controlled at the proper time, it can destroy up to 80% of the potato crop. Thank you very much for watching this video. We'll meet again with some other topic in the next video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. We'll meet again in the next video with some other topic. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.